We've spent the whole commercial break here debating this whole idea of whether the roof should shut or stay open at the baseball game tonight for the Rangers.
Yeah, I guess I'm confused as to what the regulations are.
Because
I'll have to call Mike and ask him.
Evening.
It's not a bad evening. We've certainly have had better in the last week.
But we've certainly had worse.
We have certainly had worse. Yeah, it is a little humid out and it's kind of cloudy out as well. But certainly not stopping people from heading out to the fair today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been watching our cameras.
No air conditioning there.
No AC there. Just big Texas shade there. Well, not even right now. It's a little cloudy out. Temperature of 84 degrees. We are still looking at a mostly cloudy sky. Earlier in the day, we did have some blue skies and a little bit of sunshine, but like we told you, that southerly wind certainly bringing in quite a bit of that cloud cover, and that'll continue to happen throughout the night and into tomorrow as well. 68 degrees expected. In Fort Worth tonight, we only cool down to 67 degrees, certainly not as cool as what we experienced over the weekend. And it has to do with that south wind. It has to do with that added cloud cover as well. That's what's going to help temperatures kind of stay on the warm side. And tomorrow, we will only be in the low 80s. That's very close to what's considered normal for this time of the year. So your Wednesday high temperature in Dallas, 82, 83 in Fort Worth, 81 in Denton. There will be a few spots southeast of DFW that stay in the upper 70s. And it has to do with the added cloud cover, and it has to do with the small potential for a few showers in the area. Again, normal temperatures this time of the year in the low 80s. We are going to see that temperature climb about 88 degrees on Thursday. It'll be somewhere in the upper 80s for most of North Texas, and that's because of a southwest wind returning, and I'll explain that in a moment. But our next front arrives early Friday. It's going to help bring in some slightly cooler, drier air. We won't feel it all day Friday, a high still of 82 expected, but I am expecting those temperatures to drop even more as we approach the weekend and into early next week with highs in the mid 70s. That's generally about 5 degrees cooler than the normal for this time of the year. There's that cloud cover we've been talking about, even a little shower there just along 45 there south of Corsicana, but most of us staying completely dry. I showed you this yesterday. There were 2 tropical waves that we were watching, but now just one left, and that is Hurricane Lydia. At last check, it's a Category 3 hurricane really approaching the Mexican coastline there, the western coastline. But that's part of the reason why some of this moisture is kind of drifting into South Texas, and that's the reason why there's plenty of moisture for rain to really sustain itself in South Texas. That's why we're seeing some of our cloud cover move in this afternoon. It's that south wind helping push all of this to the north, but it's also keeping us on the warm side as well. I'm not thinking that we see much more in the way of rain other than a few little showers south of, say, Navarro County. Most of us will see a little bit of clearing Wednesday afternoon. It won't be too much, but on Thursday, what we will see is our wind taking a shift. We'll see a southwest wind come back, and that's really going to come from a higher terrain. When wind like this comes from a higher terrain to a lower terrain, like North Texas, it compresses, and that's why it's warming, and that's why those temperatures are going to climb ahead of our next front. That does arrive sometime between 7 and 8 on Friday morning. We won't instantly feel that cooler air, but it is going to clear out. It is going to be breezy as well, so we'll definitely feel that. Not a whole lot of rain potential for us, unfortunately. Most of that stays to the south with the help of that tropical moisture. This next front that approaches us, it's going to keep us dry. 67 degrees tonight, mostly cloudy. It'll be breezy at times, and tomorrow a high of 82. Cloudy, breezy at times with winds gusting up to about 25 miles per hour. We don't have any great rain potential, at least not in the next 7 days, but the 7 days after that does look like we see at least a couple of days with a little bit of moisture. That's going to help us out. Coverage still looking pretty low at about a 20 to 30%. And then we're looking at highs staying in the upper 70s, low 80s next week.